51-year-old American executive living in Thailand hacked to death by a cab driver over a $1.60 fare.
So this update was about the rise of psychopathic tendencies and about the already pre-programmed in people acceptance of these tendencies. I'll give you another example. This one is from the Rebel TV.
Ezra Levant, fuck you.
Okay, so wouldn't you say that it would be feminine? No, I'm just asking you a question. Do I seem unreasonable to you?
Yes, you seem unreasonable.
Because I seem really pleasant. Am I coming across as pleasant right now, there?
Yeah, absolutely. We're just trying to have a conversation here.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Go away. Get out of my fucking face. I will break your camera. You do not have the right to...
Whoa!
Let's calm down. Calm down.
You don't have the right to film me everywhere you go.
Yes, she does. Just
Yeah, I do. You just hit me in the face. No, don't tell me to calm down.
I'm not
That
telling
guy
Yeah, you
hit
guys
me
should
in the
move away.
face.
you. You deserve to be angry. You deserve to be angry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
wizardry.
nothing more.
A woman was trying to interview some leftists, and one guy simply hit her in a face, and then when she confronted the crowd, and it was of course a luckily white crowd, so everything ended up with only one hit. But when she confronted the crowd pretty much responded, "You made him angry." So now we have another level of rise of psychopathic tendencies, which is the legalized political correctness, which means in Canada you cannot criticize transgender people, which are of course sick people, and leftist guy, and then the political correctness, which is of course legalized now. The trannies and Islamists are now protected of the speech. By the way, that verbal delict, as we had it in the Socialist Federative Republic of Yugoslavia, which you call as a communism, it was the worst thing we had in Yugoslavia. We all hated it. Now you have it in Canada, and probably in some other, I think in Sweden you also have it. That communist law, which we in Yugoslavia saw as a clear difference between us, subjugated minions of the communist boot, and you at that time, as we saw you, as I saw you, as a free West. Now you lost that. Okay, so this is the legalized political correctness, and that leftist second step is leftist right to hurt you physically, so they can now and now I'm closing the circle with that generation which is hitting you without a problem, which is a totally, to me, beautiful phenomena, because that brings me to that being a teacher in a modern school in Southeast Asia. I've been numerously times hit, and some of these footages are on the earlier works of on a YouTube. Numerous times hit by the kids in my testicles. Shit, they can hit in kidneys. In 5-year-olds, there was one 5-year-old who had incredibly skilled hit. I believe that he's a psychopath because I saw how he's playing other kids against, and he used to come behind me and hit me with incredible strength in a kidney, left kidney, practically got most of the hits, and so on. Of course you cannot hit back, but see, that mentality is now of course leaving that school. They're becoming teenagers, adolescents. Now they're coming on a street, they still
James, calm down. Okay, James, calm down. James, calm down. Ah!
Because now, check this out, legally, I think this is moving this way. If he feels offended, and God forbid the kid is a gay or tranny, and quite a bit of young white kids gonna be in the future that, because the system is pushing that through the whole that new sexual education where same-sex animals are having sex, like two lions making love in Spain, new curriculum, and so on. So it's moving to that essentially a right to not only label you as a hater, right, but now to fucking punish you, man, and hit you and even harm you in a worse way. So all these are for me like the clear social tendencies of arising of that psychopathic mind. And at the same time you need to understand the rise of psychopathic mind is not something grassroots, something what is happening like growing on its own as this grass. No, it is the carefully crafted process of something incredibly evil, absolutely evil, and incredibly intelligent, which is really ruling us, you, me, everybody you see around me. If you see somebody, okay, you see that man right there, right? You know, everybody is ruled by that psychopathic tendency, that intelligence. And how to protect? Well, you know, stick to the common sense, stick to your pure mind, purify yourself through those exercises I explained it in meditation 1, 2, 3, releasement of these entities in you, focus, and do not allow to be gaslighted, because what's going on here right now is one momentum project of colossal, massive gaslighting, where system is now creating a new incredible dosage of a cognitive dissonance. So cognitive dissonance is when you have two opposing forces in you. You have like a mental force which is telling you something is wrong, and then you have emotional force which is pulling to doing that wrong. Typical is you're a smoker, you're addicted to smoking, you like to smoke cigarettes, you smoke cigarette, you feel good physically and mentally, but in the same time you feel guilt because you're poisoning yourself, and it's now costing you a fortune, of course. And so, you know, you have this conflict in you, which is the easiest way to solve it is if you just stop thinking about that. And this is exactly what people do. So you now have this incredible cognitive and mass dissonance. You have your intuitive knowledge that pederastas, so-called gay, LBGD are bad people, because you know, experience you had with them was fishy, selfish, always predatorial, but nice. So now you have these people being, of course, openly pedophile people as well, and promoting that agenda. So you know, you're intuitively as a person, as experience, as a common sense, you know, pedophiles, these people hurt children, this is not something what is even anatomically making sense, you understand me, and blah blah blah. But then you have the state propaganda which is telling you, no, it's psychologically okay, these people are perfectly fine, and now they're normalizing it. So now you have two opposing forces, and the only way how a normal person can solve it is by simply stop thinking about it. And then in the same time, when you like stop thinking about it, the system will keep on programming you through many different levels of programming. The acceptance of the idea, same as now it's perfectly normal, especially in the West, it's perfectly normal to be a gay and to have a gay boyfriend, and maybe, you know, to indulge yourself. They overwhelm you with information, they overwhelm you with visual information, they overwhelm you with playing on your emotions. Then they use authority. Automatically they use a carrot and a stick. So first, it's politically incorrect to speak about this, criticize, and because invisible system you can't see, which is consisted of reptiles, Illuminati, and psychopaths, which are one force, is working in every society and controlling like a circle every society. So like society is like this: you have a circle of people, and then you have psychopath inside. You have another circle of people, and you have psychopath inside. Then you have two flying monkeys. Now, if 1 in 10 men is a psychopath, then you can pretty much understand that, you know, one psychopath plus 1 or 2 flying monkeys control every group of 10 men. Okay, this is how simply every societal group is controlled by a certain psychopath. And if you manage to be one of those people with social anxiety disorder, which means whenever you enter some of these circles, you feel shit, and then you go to another circle and there is a shit, and to another circle there is a shit, and then there is another rule which I really want to discuss. You know, when you like form a new circle with, let's say, 4 good friends, which, you know, are simply people you from the beginning feel like comfortable with, soul people, you start to do something creative, well, you grow to number, let's say 6 or 7, and then when you grow by that number, you're gonna have another one psychopath definitely creeping in, and then you're gonna have division of the group. You said this, no, I didn't say that, but you said this. Yeah, I said this because this one said so, this one said so, this one said so, this one said so. Why did you say so? This one said so, and blah blah blah. And then you have division, and then you have the end of the creative group. These are all these elements, these psychopathic elements are working in real life where everybody's involved. Okay, not the kings and queens and the Bilderbergers. That's all fancy, right? But demonic hierarchy is far more active and far more, how to put it, energetically genuine than some mechanical pyramidal system. This is more like how to program you into belief of a state and hold that system as irrelevant. But it's more quick. It's like light years more quicker system than that bureaucratic system David Icke is promoting. And so now you understand why society conforms so quickly. You notice all these exercises when people simply conform with the rules of society, like signal goes, okay, now everybody needs to stand up, and everybody in the waiting rooms are hide actors, only one person is genuine, and person immediately starts following.
The gentleman in the elevator now is a candid star. These folks who are entering, the man with a white shirt, the lady with a trench coat, and subsequently one other member of our staff will face the rear. And you'll see how this man in the trench coat tries to maintain his individuality, but little by little, he looks at his watch, but he's really making an excuse for turning just a little bit more to the wall. Now we'll try it once again. Here's the candid subject. Here comes the candid camera staff, 3 of them at least. And this man has apparently been in groups before. Now, here's a fella with his hat on in the elevator. First he makes a full turn to the rear and Charlie closes the door. A moment later, we'll open the door, everybody's changed positions. Now we'll see if we can use group pressure for some good. Now, in a moment, on Charlie's signal, everybody turns forward. Notice they take off their hats. And now, do you think we could reverse the procedure? Watch.
Beep, then down. Although it's absurd, people simply conform because group is conforming. That's how it is, okay? And I know this is really sorry as news for those who believe in human freedom and freedom of choice, but you really have very little. And now just add to this that you have a whole way of astral programming when you sleep in the dreamscape scenario, that you have like hours and hours programming there. You pretty much don't remember, or you simply remember glimpses. Now, Now remember that, and then remember that signal I was talking about. David Icke, in one lecture I stumbled upon, David Icke says it's coming from Saturn. So okay, it's like new theory. vero ben trovato, you know. If it's not true, sounds very good, but there is this signal which is always pressing you, and then you have all these different elements, and this is what we are against, you know, fighting for, against.
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
The fuck is that? Shit! I'm dying in this fucking country-ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck? I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out of this country, motherfucker.